What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are on steering rack again, but now because we have the diff in place, we need to weld it in, but we can't because of this bar, and this bar is the one that holds our steering rack. So we now need to make the standoffs for the steering rack. So what I've come up with is this idea. These. Yes, this is steel. And what we are going to do, it's got some weight in it, but it's not going to stay that heavy. We are basically going to do this. What have I just done that pen? So that's the steel, imagine that. Like that, yeah. So we're going to get, this is 38mm at the minute. I might make it smaller, I might not. So basically we're going to throw this in the milling machine and we're going to munch a recess out of there so it sits over that box section, and then at 90 degrees to that one, because this is going to go that way, and then what if I just with that, and this, which is what's on the rack, we've got to munch out one on the top, so that slots in to there, so that'll be inside there. Then so basically, so that's mounted onto there. This is inside there anyway. So this is going to be in there. And this is going to be slotted over. And then this, so once you've took the bolt out, the rack will slide out towards you. That's the best way I think I can get to, because we're coming up, we've got more chance of wobble. So doing it this way, so I'll have like a wing coming up the side of here, and then the wings going down the side of there. So these are some rough dimensions. We are 85mm total length. That's from the table to this point here. Yeah. So at the minute that's 85mm. So we've got to take a 1-inch box out the bottom, and then one here that's 19.2 wide by 16mm deep at 90 degrees to that, because that's got to go through there, and that's got to go in there. You get me? Then we might just take a little bit of material out the middle. I'm unsure yet. Depends what it weighs like once we've machined them. Then we've got to machine this on the milling machine as well. So we've got our points of interest because we squared them the last time we were in there. So we've got to drill all the way through 16mm, open the top up to 18, well, the bottom up to 18mm, and then press those inside. So they will be the internal for the bolt head. Oh dear. To sink into, you get me? So the bolt's going to be flush underneath, so everything's going to be hidden away. Right, so off to the mill, and we've got to try and somehow get this repeatable, as in we've got to hold here, central, chop, 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 chop. But then we need to make sure that we get it 90 degrees to our chop, 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 chop. Do you know what I mean? But we'll figure that out when we get to it, shall we? Right, let's get this done, shall we? Right then, I thought I'd show you my new edge finder. It's one of these digital ones. It's like a tenner. I have brought a proper, I'll show you, holder, but it don't fit. I knew this when I was buying it. It's one of these, but it's 16mm. So all I've got to do is bore that out to 20mm. So I just need to find some way of boring it out, whether I can get it in the lathe, but the mill would be better because this has got to be extremely accurate to be used for an edge finder. So yeah, what I thought about doing was putting this in there with some 16mm bar, 16mm 4-sided collet chuck in the vise, get it all, or even just on the bed, clamped in place, then take it out, take the bar out, put a 16mm 4 flute in the collet chuck, and then push that down onto it. Maybe. I don't know. That's a project for life, that anyway. Very simple to use, this bit of kit. Very simple to use. You just turn everything on. Turn my DRO thingy on. So bring it up. It doesn't matter on that. It's only this one we're trying to centralise. Zero DRO. Down. Over. Yeah, don't ask. Down. It didn't make that noise until I took it apart. $48.01. So half of 48 is 24. So if we move this to 24, 5 or 24. That should just go snug in that hole. Ignore the noise. Look. That is pretty close. The shade's giving it away a bit, but I'm quite happy with that. For the level of what I need. This is shits and giggles. Let's do this one. But I haven't got the DRO on this one, but I know it's going to be 24mm, isn't it? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. And we're in the hole. See? Perfect. Honestly, for the money, it was less than a tenner. I really think it was less than a tenner. Yeah, can't get out now. I need to move this out of the way. But we are zeroed on our DRO anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, for the money, and it came with the batteries and a little case to put it in. Good, isn't it? Right, so I've got in here a 1/2 inch end mill. So we are going to run this way because I've got the DRO to assist with the left and right movements, but otherwise we'll be relying. So I want 24. And that. We'll touch up on the top. Touched. Zero that one. Come back. So we're going to go down all the way through 1/2 inch. But well, measurement anyway. So we'll come down and we'll just try it out. 3mm cut and see how we feel. Doesn't like that. Right then, so we are at this stage now. This is the 25mm by 25. So this is, it's going to be a slight interference fit. So as you can see, it's going to get fucking stuck on there now. So on one hand. So these are going to get pressed on. So we need to come off these for a minute and get onto this. So what we need to do now with the box is we need to drill our positions and insert these underneath. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on there to hold them in the vise. Because that's the next piece has got to be 90 degrees to there. The best way I can do that is to actually put them on a piece of box section. So that'll get that's going to get pressed onto there. So I need to do the drilling on here to put the bolt in to hold all this in alignment. Then we can slot the top for that. You get me? Or do I just use another little piece of box section? We'll do this first. We'll do this first now, might as well. We're on it. So we'll do this now, and then I'll think about it. Because we might have a clearance issue on the back, which will need me putting it in the lathe. But then again, I might as well put it on here anyway, if I've got to try and knock it back off at a later date. See, this is just thinking. Let's get this in the milling machine. Right, so what we need to do is this hole needs to be quite accurate in the middle of the tube for those parts that we've just made to fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to edge find against this, the back of this V-block. This is the V-block I made at college, by the way. Just so you know, there's useless information for you. So we're going to come down and just edge find that. There we are, 0 edge. Now we have our 0 on the back. So that's 10mm, albeit a little bit. So if we come over 5mm, we'll be on the edge, yeah? It's 2, 4, 5, then re-0. There we go. So we're on the edge. We're on the edge, boys and girls. Yeah, that is right on the edge, that is. So we're on the edge. So we can get rid of this again. This is rather long units. Now we can put our parts in. And we need to come over, this is 25mm, so we need to come over 12.5. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, should we do that now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You went past then. 0.5. Allen keys. We'll check that measurement anyway. Parallels. Parallels. So, yes, there we are. So we need, what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to go straight through with this 16mm 3 flute. Actually, no, we need to centralise it first. Ignore that little bit. So many little bits of metal at the minute sticking in my fingers, it's unbelievable. I had to change to this 16mm. So 10mm was just leaving. It's really good end-mill. God, it's leaving razor sharp shit everywhere. So we know we're good at that way. We just need to find the centre of this one. This one's not so bad. The critical one's this one. I reckon. Ain't far off, is he? As long as we are okay, pretty much we're good. It's this dimension we've got to check. The left and right, we can leave it a mil. So, yeah. I'm going to drill through with this, give me some clearance. And then I'm going to end mill it, 16mm, and then I use an end mill, 18mm, and get them done. So I'm just trying the 16mm end in the 16mm hole. Perfect. No movement. That's what we want. Now, onto the 18mm. Right. Oh, so these gotta go in there. Let's just deburr that a little bit. And these should be a nice snug fit in there. Give these a little bit of a squishing device. Two. They're in. Oh, that was just fucking. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll probably take that a little bit bigger. Maybe you'll see. See how it's just in. That's only about half a mil. So I don't want the box section to take the load, see. I want the fittings to take the load. Zero that. 0.54. 0.55. I need to take another half a mil off these. I'll get this done and bring you back. So that's better. I must have had a bit of a fucking brain fart when I did them. So we are up now. So it's this is the front. Yeah. So this is the left, this is right. This is now actually the bottom. It used to be the top. It's got top. Now it's the bottom. So now these are for on here. Yeah. So we want to put them on But we've got to be careful, because if they go on, they might not come back off. We'll get them off. We'll get them off, people. Come on. We put that in there and that on there. Technically, it should keep it straight, shouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Shouldn't take much to pull it down. I'd rather try and pull it down by hand. Do you know what I mean? Look at that. One. And what I did with these as well is I put a flat on the edge, so we haven't got a point. So we've got a flat on the edge, and then I put a chamfer on the bottom, so we can fill it with weld easier. You get me? But we should still be pretty much flush. See? Yeah. So yeah, that's even if I weld them on. I don't know. Do you reckon they're going to need it? I need another big bolt, don't I? Well, then see if my calculations on the second one was correct. Ooh, so it's a bit of a press, but it's not that bad. It will damage the steel. We don't want to put the steel under any load, do we? Go. So now, if you look at that, it's heavy. It's got a bit of weight in it, but the box is technically not taking much load because we've got the bit we put inside. It's this wall that's taking the load because it opens up. So basically we're compressing this to this, using that can't fit through the hole that's in the box section. And then once I've got my TIG gas, I'll just go around this and just fusion weld it. So we're welding it in from the underside as well. So yeah, so top. That's driver's side. Mark this back up, shall we? Because it was like that, facing me. Now it's like that, facing me. Go. So now we need to mill it that way. How are we going to get this neatly in the vise? You know what I'm going to say, people? I need a coffee and I need to think. Right, so that's our second slot put in, and that is for this. Go on, I know you want to go in. There we go. So that is a nice positive fit in there. So that will get pulled down. We've got space to get in for our lower nuts. Yes, it's going to be tight. But yeah, so that's just flat on the jaw. Then I'll put a big square on here with a little square on here. This one. So basically, I'll put that on the back of there, and then use the little one. And then I double checked it by measuring from there to the edge of the table, and it was right. So that is the one done. It's very tight, but I might polish these up a little bit anyway, and that'll just take that bite off. Now I'm very tempted to put them in the lathe and put a bit of a taper. Put a bit of a taper on it, but I don't know. But I've got to put them in there to clear this up anyway, because I ain't happy with that finish. But yeah, that's how it's going to be. one more to do. I set it all up the first time. I left the freaking bolt in the hole, didn't I? Like a plonker. Right, I'll get the other one done. And we'll get you back in a bit. Right, so here we are. I went ahead a little bit. So these are now fitted. We may have to adjust the height slightly, but we'll see once it's under the engine. But we could just literally machine these blocks down a few mil. So we can still adjust the height if needed. Yeah? Now let's get out of here. Put it on the table. So yeah, there we go. Turned out quite well. I took a little bit of material out the middle just to give them that nice bit of shape. Yeah? All we got to do now is try and get it under the engine. So let's give that a try, shall we? So I have estimated that this is going to be a freaking pain in the ass. But let's just chuck it under there, see what happens. This will make it. We've got to find the position. So when it lifts up, I might have to go in that way. You can sort of rock in. There. Yeah. It's not going to go in very easily, is it? I think. Oh, there we go, maybe. We're nearly in. What we stuck on? Ah. Let me pull the bolt out, take it up a touch. Yeah. That one. Now, stand that up now. And then put it down again. Oh, wrong way. There's the bolt. So now that technically is in, but so that's down. It's on the dismount. Yeah. But remember I levelled the engine. That end, not a problem. This end, you see how it's just sitting, this sump here is just sitting on that piece of rack, look. Literally, it's basically down. Pins in. That is just catching, but just catching is probably not enough clearance. So, I think I need to take a couple of mil out of it, don't I? What do you think? Look pretty tricky, huh? And that's going to give us a lot of stability in all directions, really. So once this is welded to there as well, this welded either end, these ain't going to move. Because I left these on, it can't come this way. And because I left them on up there, it can't go that way. You like it? You likey? It does need... Oh, hang on. Oh, no. Oh, would it? So look, I've got the rack pointing straight up. We don't want it pointed straight up, do we? Yeah? It's got to be like... Oh, it's going to be... Oh, it's tight. I'll put these clips in. I'm just going to take a few mil off anyway. I'm not going to record that because that's just got to take the bolts out the bottom and just take a couple of mil off to give us a bit of clearance. But I'm quite chuffed with that. So now we've done that, once it fits, once we've sorted the clearance out, that diff mount can actually be welded into the car. Because now we know where the rack's going to be, you get me? Then we can start with chassis stuff. Well, work our way up, shall we? Nice and slow, nice and steady. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, people. See you later.